Since a 12-3 start that has proven to be a heaping haul of fool's gold, the Golden State Warriors have lost 2 out of every 3 games over the last 2 months, with a bottom 5 offense and bottom 10 defense. They're always on at least the edges of trade rumors, but other than a bargain bin deal for Dennis Schroeder, they have yet to pull the trigger on anything extending back to the summer when they were nibbling around Paul George and Lauri Markkanen. The prevailing thought has always been that Stephen Curry remains too great to just give up on another title run. But the way this team has looked this season hasn't inspired any realistic hope that there is a trade out there that could vault the Warriors into honest contention. And short of that, ownership in the front office is and has clearly been unwilling to compromise what they believe is still a promising future. This has included, most recently and notably, rumors around a possible Jimmy Butler trade. The Warriors, whether for negotiating purposes or genuine disinterest, given Miami's assumed high asking price, previously made it clear they were not going to get into the Butler business. That was probably smart. Butler, on his own, isn't going to make Golden State a contender, and he's going to want a big contract extension this summer that will be a pretty tough pill to swallow for any organization given Butler's advanced age. But this is and always has been about price, and with a report on Tuesday suggesting Miami is now willing to take less in return just to get the now thrice-suspended Butler the hell away from the team, the Warriors should absolutely be looking to not just re-enter Butler mix, but pounce on what could be a golden opportunity to have their cake and eat it, too. O'Connor indicated that the Warriors are indeed one of several teams back in the mix for Butler, but you'll have to forgive Golden State fans if they're taking an ill-believed approach. They've gotten their hopes up a lot since that 2022 championship. They've watched their front office, which may be another way of saying Joe Lacob, tell everyone who will listen that they have no intention of wasting the last years of the greatest player in franchise history's prime, while doing nothing of any significance to back those claims up. Jonathan Kuminga and, far more perplexing, Brandon Podziemski have been painted as untouchable even as Steve Kerr has never been willing to fully commit to their development. When they're playing well, they play regular minutes. When they're not, they don't. Same goes for Moses Moody. All of this is understandable for a team that's trying to win now, but if you're going to play the development card, then play it. Otherwise, it's time to go get Butler if the price is right. And by right, I mean reasonable. The Warriors can't be looking for a rip-off and nothing else. They have to be willing to compromise some assets. But if Miami's ready to listen to offers that, say, include only one of Kuminga or future picks, but not both, Golden State better pull the trigger or, once and for all, put an end to the win-now charade and fully admit they are ready to ride off into the Steph sunset. As for the mechanics of what a reasonable Butler deal could look like, Andrew Wiggins or Draymond Green would have to be in it, plus more, to make the incoming and outgoing money work. Removing nostalgia, would the Warriors actually be better off trading Green? It's a fair question. Also, would Miami want to take on the salaries of Green and or Wiggins, both of whom have 2 years after this one remaining, player options in 2026? Probably not. According to Barry Jackson of the Miami Herald, the Heat are positioning themselves to have more than $80 million in cap space in the summer of 2026, when Luka Doncic and a host of other notable players is set, as of now, to be a free agent. That makes a guy like Julius Randle, whose contract expires this summer, more enticing. And wouldn't you know it, Ian Begley is reporting that Miami was interested in trading for Randle this offseason before New York sent him to Wolves. That could potentially make a 3-team deal between the Warriors, Wolves, and Heat a viable option, with Wiggins going back to Minnesota and Randle heading to Miami. Point is, there are a number of ways this could potentially work for the Warriors to end up with Butler. We love to speculate with hypothetical deals in this everyone's AGM age, but in the end, the only thing that really matters is if a team wants to get something done, there is almost always a way. There's a way for the Warriors to do this. They shouldn't go overboard for Butler, because alone he's not enough, and then you just have to deal with paying him this summer to justify the heavy price you paid to land him in the first place. But if they can retain core assets either to keep this supposed bridge to the future intact or, even better, to use on another trade, Nikola Vucevic, anyone? To further bolster this current roster's chances of competing for a title, they need to go for it. This might be a now-or-never situation, and with Curry still as good as he is, never is too bitter of a pill to swallow if there's even a halfway reasonable way of avoiding it. Butler gives the Warriors the second star they desperately need to create offense outside the old new system that just doesn't create shots on its own anymore. Funny how that works when prime Klay Thompson and Curry aren't running around with Kevin Durant and Andre Iguodala. If the Warriors are going to compete now, they have to do it like the rest of the league that needs great players creating consistent advantages. From there, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like. Your support motivates us to create even better content. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a new video. Also, share this video with your friends so they can enjoy it too. We always look forward to your comments, so feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you.